take a few minutes to reflect on the Under-21 Hurling semi-final, which took place in Thurles yesterday afternoon. Davin Frahel reports.
Galway's first outing in this year's Under-21 Championship pitted them against Cork. Their lack of game time didn't seem to hinder them in the opening exchanges, as Joe Canning helped them establish an early 3-point lead. Within 3 minutes, Cork were in the driving seat. Points from Patrick Cronin, Kevin Canty and this goal from Pat Horgan swung the balance in their favour. Their second goal arrived 7 minutes later. Owen Murphy's ball caught the Galway defence napping, and Colm O'Neill was on hand to capitalise from close range. The Galway response was swift and clinical. Sean Glynn picked out Finian Coon, and the man from Mulla fired past Ken O'Halloran in the Cork goal. Points separated the sides at half-time, but the introduction of Conor Kavanagh handed the lead back to the men from Connacht. He ghosted past the Cork cover and delivered an unstoppable shot into the back of the net. The game was tight and tense, and little separated the sides. Joe Canning's class was the difference at times, his points keeping his county in front. The Leesiders had stars of their own too, and Cathal Naughton's point gave them the lead in the closing stages. Galway levelled, but when sub Stephen White notched this score, it seemed like it was Cork who were through to this year's decider. But a late free handed Curl Wade an opportunity to send the game into extra time. He held his nerve to make it 2-16 apiece. Galway started extra time in the best possible fashion. Wade was denied by O'Halloran, but substituted Barry Hanley was on hand to steer his side into a 3-point lead. Canning and Wade are real stars of the future for Galway, and the pair combined for the goal that took them out of sight. Wade converted to hand Galway a 6-point advantage. Canning added to that tally minutes later with a moment of sheer brilliance. Cork were down and out, and they were even denied some consolation when James Skehill stood between Owen Murphy and a certain goal. It's Galway who meet Dublin in this year's All-Ireland final. Final score at Semple Stadium, Galway 4-21, Cork 2-18.
Anthony, great advertisement for the Under-21 Championship, and a lot of people want to get rid of this particular competition.
Yeah, Pat, absolutely. It's just continuing on the great hurling year. I guess we've had fantastic matches, and again there you saw an absolutely fantastic high-scoring game, and some of the stars of the future, and setting up a final between Galway and Dublin, All-Ireland final, and isn't that fantastic? And that's what the game wants. And I often think the Under-21 is nearly more important than the minor, because you get nearly more of a return from your Under-21s than you do from your minors. An awful lot of fellas fall away in the 3 years between the minor and Under-21, and I just think it's a great competition, and it's great to see a Galway-Dublin final. It's great for hurling.
Donald, should Cork have won this in normal time?
Well, Pat, it has to be said, first of all, I think that, Galway were the better balanced team, and I think you couldn't quibble with the result at the end. But Cork had a few chances to get a couple of points, and they didn't take them. And, let's be quite honest, the Galway gatekeeper gave a great display. Like, he stopped 2 or 3 vital saves, like, at vital times. And if Cork had got a goal or two at that time, they might have gone through. But possibly in the run of play, Galway deserved to win it.
Are you for maintaining this Under-21?
Well, Pat, I've said it in the past, and I'll say it again, like that. My attitude to the Under-21 is that anybody who's playing senior championship hurling for the second year in a row shouldn't be playing Under-21. The Under-21 was brought in years ago as a link between minor and senior. So if you made a senior grade, why continue on playing Under-21 for 3 or 4 years? You've made it. If it's your second year playing senior championship, you should have moved on into the senior championship and play there, and leave your place vacant for somebody else coming through. The idea was a link between them. Once you've made it, you've made it.
Well, Petey, it's something to celebrate in Galway after a dismal enough year.
We have, Pat. Yeah, it was a good victory. It was a great game of hurling. The lead to and fro. Cork seemed to have it wrapped up, but we got a free. I suppose the Cork people were saying was dubious enough, but Carol Wade held his nerve and put over the bar, but in extra time Galway seemed to be stronger. They had better finishing power up front. Joe Canning played well. 4 different lads scored goals, and I think they scored 4-21 or 4-22, and there's only 4 or 5 points from frees, like, so it was a good display. And there's something about this team, like, as minors, they drew with Kilkenny in the All-Ireland final. They went down to Tullamore and they played poorly against the Breeze, and I think they were a point down playing against the Breeze second half, and they came out and they battled their way. So there was great quality in the players as well as they're good hurlers.
Okay, it'll be an interesting final between Galway and Dublin. The hurling championship will